Hello guys, welcome to my channel Maximum Math Games. Today we have a very famous puzzle for you called the Abracadabra puzzle. In how many ways can you spell Abracadabra given that we begin at the uppermost A called the north corner and read down each time passing through the next letter either in the southwest direction or in the southeast direction till we reach the last A called the south corner. Alright, now this question has been inspired and taken from the book of a great mathematician Mr. George Polly. Please give this question a try. This is a question that you would like to challenge your friends with. Give them this question. Let's see how they are able to solve this question. Alright, now the question says that when you are at this A, then you can either go to this B or to this B. Let's suppose you go over here. Now if you reach here, then there is no option of going over here, going at this R. You can either go to this R or to this R. Let's suppose you go to this R, then you cannot go to either of these two A's. So you either move in the southwest direction or in the southeast direction. Let's suppose you take this path from A to B to R to this A, and then again let's suppose you go in this southeast direction to C, again to southeast, and so onwards and so onwards and so onwards. Alright, and then you reach at the destination like this. So this is one of the methods by which you can reach from the north corner to the south corner. But how many total number of methods are there? Alright, so now the problem here is that this might be a new question for you and you might not have seen any question of this type, or even if you have seen, then might be that you don't know how to solve this question. The problem here is that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. There are 11 layers in this question. Okay, so we have to go from this to this, and in between there are 9 layers. In between there are 9 layers. So let us make a smaller version of this question. Let us make a smaller version where we have either 3 layers or 4 layers or 5 layers. Alright, so that we will be able to understand the concept in a better way. Now let's see. Here we have a 3-layered question, layer 1, 2, 3. Here we have a 4-layered question, and here we have a 5-layered question. Now the question remains the same. You have to go from this M to this X. This M is the north corner and this X is the south corner. Similarly over here, and the same goes from G to S. Okay, so let's see in how many ways can you go from the north corner to south corner. From M to X, there is either one way like this or another way like this. So in total we have 2 ways. This was a very simple one and we don't need to discuss it any further. Over here, the question is not valid. Reason being, when you reach at this point, the concept of southwest and southeast direction fails. So this question cannot be done when there are even number of layers. Alright, so this question cannot be solved over here. Now, when you are at G point, if you refer to this point A, then let's see, there are one way like this, second way like this, and third way like this. So 3 ways for this A and 3 ways for this A. So the total comes out to be equal to 6 ways. Now let us try to understand what is the concept behind this. Okay. Now let's try to learn the method of this question. So what we do is, we divide this question into upper part. This is not valid here, and upper part over here. Okay. And what we do is, at the corners, we'll substitute these values by 1, 1 and 1. Similarly, for these layers, we substitute these values by 1, 1, 1, 1 and 1. Alright, let's move on. So now, this M, we have written 1 here. For this A, we have written 1 here. Similarly, for this G, we have written 1 here, 1 for each of these elements, and similarly over here. and the method is to go downwards and just add the elements. Just add these elements, we get 2. Just add these elements 2, add these elements 3, 3, and thereby getting the number as 6 in place of S. So there you see, we matched the answer 2 in this case and 6 in this case. Alright, now let's move on to the main question now that we have understood the concept. So what we do over here is, in place of these elements we have written 1 over here, and in place of these elements we have written 1 over here. And all we need to do is, we need to add these elements, that is 1 plus 1, and we write 2 in place of R. So we write 2 over here, and when we move downwards every layer, we add this sum of the elements above this. So that is 4, 6, 4, 5, 10, 10, 5, 6, 15, 20, 15, 6, 21, 35, 35, 21, 56, 70, 56, 126, 126, and finally getting the answer as 252. So this 252, so the final number of ways in which you can reach this south corner from this north corner is given by 252. I hope you have understood this question and have enjoyed the explanation. Thank you.